Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I wanted to do a quick review on The Dead Ones. The Dead Ones is it says 2020 release, 2019, it looks like was the initial release, film directed by Jeremy Kasten, who you may know from Theater Bazaar, which I have coming, it's not here yet, and Attic Expeditions, which I enjoy pretty thoroughly. This movie, I believe, if I was reading, I think somewhere, couldn't find it again, was filmed way prior, but because the subject of it is school shootings and school shootings have happened over the years, they felt it was in poor taste to put the movie out. They just put it out in 2020. I can't remember what year it was originally filmed. I want to say it was late 90s, but I could be wrong on that date. You can definitely find it online. The movie starts out with four kids on a small school bus going to school and getting dropped off at night, which is very weird, to clean up the school after this horrific incident has taken place. It starts to unravel as you watch the film. The movie is a little over an hour. I believe it's an hour and 12 minutes. And it has that trippy feeling, just like Attic Expeditions. So you can definitely tell that Jeremy Kasten, who I like his work, was a part of this movie big time because it has some of his fingerprints all over it in terms of the weirdness. Some of it almost feels dreamlike. There's a lot of horror elements with creepy things popping out and visions that the kids who are cleaning up the school are having. The four kids I didn't like, and I think that's the point. You're supposed to dislike these kids that are cleaning up the school. They seem like bad kids. They're very brash and nasty, and it's kind of all about them, and they're bothersome. So, speaking of bothersome, there is something inherently bothersome, obviously, about school shootings and violence in schools. And the kids are in the school cleaning up after this school shooting, and then the story starts to unravel and it starts to show you the school shooting and what happened and how it unfolded. And there's this little mystery that you will, at least I figured out within the first 10 minutes of the film. So I don't know if they necessarily wanted you to unravel it and figure it out at the end, which is kind of the way it comes across. But I figured it out right away, not to pat myself on the back too much. And the by the time the end of the film happens, there's another little twist which kind of changes your view on some of the characters, and that was pretty interesting. So I do like I sort of like the movie and sort of don't. It's sort of this is the second time I've watched it and I'm at odds with it. I don't like the school shooting stuff. I think that it's very uncomfortable to watch. Um, when I was in high school, Columbine happened, and I remember in my school it was a big deal, and everyone sort of had this unease after it had happened because nothing like it or nothing as maybe something like it had happened in the past, but it wasn't as big as it was during Columbine. So to watch it on screen with these masked people going down the hall, shooting people and torturing them, and people peeing their pants, there's just something very uncomfortable about it. I think that's the point of it. It's showing you how uncomfortable and crazy school shootings are, and the four people that are going down the halls murdering the people in the school are wearing masks that are supposed to be based on the four horsemen of the apocalypse: war, pestilence, plague, and famine. The masks are very cool looking with skulls and gas masks and all kind of contraptions built in. They were done by a pretty interesting FX artist or makeup artist or whatnot. So I like those. I thought those were interesting. But there's something uncomfortable at the school shooting portion of the film. And then there's this horror element thrown into the film that I do like, and this trippy weirdness that has like a dreamlike sequence to it, where the characters are sort of going through these crazy visions and seeing things and hearing things, and I found that interesting. So you have the school shooting stuff, which I didn't really like, and then you have the visions and dreamlike nightmare stuff going on with the kids that are cleaning up the school after the shooting. And it eventually does congeal, for lack of a better term. And it was interesting. I think that the story was interesting and the ending was definitely interesting, and I like how it was framed out at the end and what it meant and the twists. However, I was not a big fan of the school shooting stuff because it's hard to swallow. But the rest of it was cool, and I did enjoy some of it. So I am kind of at odds with this film. Part of me doesn't like it, part of me likes it. If you're a fan of Jeremy Kasten's other movies, I would say check it out. It's cheap. I think the Blu-ray is like $8 or $9 online right now, so you can get it for a decent price. Just keep in mind what I said about feeling uncomfortable about certain things. Um, the students, like I said, the kids that are cleaning up the school, were okay actors. There's some gore and some violence, and overall, it's a decent film, but I don't know, something just doesn't fully grab me about it. So overall, I found it okay. Let me know, guys, if you've seen the dead ones. I've seen the cover art all over the place. I don't know why. I guess I had been buying movies and it kept getting listed in different places and it kept popping up. Or maybe because I was watching Attic Expeditions and I ordered Theater Bazaar on Blu-ray and that's coming. Maybe this kind of popped up because of Jeremy Kasten. But either way, let me know, guys, if you've seen Dead Ones, what you thought, uh, and what you got out of it without spoiling it in the comments. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good. And you guys thought you can get rid of me so easily. I did want to mention there is some symbolism in this film that I really liked. Things you'll notice, things that are happening to the people in the film. There's a name in the film that completely gives away what's going on if you know what the name means. And at the end of the movie, it does wrap everything up to where you figure it out and you get it. And I think that's the cool part of this film. This is a film that after watching it the first time and not loving it, and now watching it the second time and enjoying it more, it sat with me. And I wanted to watch it again, gain more from it, and pay more attention and take in all the little things that were happening because each of them are very specific as to why they're happening. And I think they shed light on the movie and the story that develops in a weird mythological background type of way. They're not in your face. So I think that if you like to kind of pick little things out of movies and go, oh, this means this, or maybe this happened because of that, then the Dead Ones is a pretty good candidate for that. So now I'm going to go. I did want to mention that though.